Now what do I do? What do I do now? I don't know how to do anything else. And that's when you really realize I've been developing a skill set that is useless to everyone else. Nobody needs this. You think Elon Musk's going to call me like, hey, I'm thinking about building a tier 1 assault team. Want to be on it? I'm like, that phone call's not coming, dude. Nobody needs you. And now if you get out and you get on social media and you ever talk about what you did, then you get bastardized by the community. You write a book, now everybody hates you. Open up a podcast, everybody hates you. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to do anything. I didn't go to college, didn't get a real estate license. I don't have a relationship with my wife, don't have a relationship with my kids. I've sacrificed everything to try to be as good at this one thing as humanly possible. And I was trying to do it for 30 years. And now at 17, I don't have it. I don't have any transferable skill set. What do I do? Spiral. Yeah, you didn't have any sanity check. I had no group, no reason to get out of bed at 5 a.m. I didn't have anything else. So when I'm laying there in rehab, I'm at my house, all gimped up. I get a knock at the door. I answer the door, and it's my strength coach, Vernon Griffith. Best strength coach in the fucking world. Oh, I love this guy. He was my guy that brought me back after the shoulder injury from skydiving. Brought me all back, and he shows up, and he's like, oh, God, are you still milking it? Shut up. We're like gimping in my kitchen. I sit down, and I'm really feeling sorry for myself. Like, I do not want to play the game. If my hands weren't as bad as they were, I probably would have killed myself. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even pull a trigger. I didn't even know how I'd do it. And he's like, well, if you're done making excuses, what can you do? I was like, nothing, dude. I can do nothing. He's like, well, can you walk? I was like, I can barely walk. Yeah, I mean, I can walk. He's like, can you move your hands? Hands are all bandaged up. And I was like, yeah. He's like, can you curl your wrist? I said, yeah. But I'm in double slings. Like, I can't do a bicep curl. I can't do anything. He's like, cool. Pulls out this blue 2-pound dumbbell about that big and puts it in my hand. He goes, extend it, curl it up. Print your wrist, same thing. Looks like we can do wrist curls and 20-minute walks. And we did that every single day, multiple times a day until I could pressurize my upper body. And then we got back in the gym. Belt squatting, doing nothing but belt squats and lunges for 8 weeks. Surgery all healed. Now we can do upper body. And then we just stayed on that exact same routine. So as low as I was, the only reason I was as low as I was is I didn't have a group. Well, I don't have a group now. What do I have? Well, I've got my family now. I don't have my routine. Get back on the routine. Back in the gym, living the exact same routine I've lived my entire life, surrounding myself with people better than me, naturally started to pull me out of the depression. Anytime I've ever hit that bottom again, it's because I've been outside of my routine, where I put my individual needs for the needs of my group, and the guilt started to really affect me. So I don't try to overcomplicate it anymore. So my transition out was terrible. My rebuild looked exactly like it's been every day since I was 15 or 16. Back on the routine, don't break it, no matter what. Yeah, that's me getting electrocuted. Terrible.
And what about the psychological changes? You know, I understand that physiology and psychology are very closely linked for you, but I think 50% of pro athletes get divorced within 1 year of retiring from their sport. I would imagine that the same thing is true for bankruptcy. I would imagine that the same thing is true for drug use, for reckless driving incidents or deaths. What were the biggest challenges that you were facing psychologically?
I wanted to kill myself from probably 2013 up until 2020, 2021, every day, all day. And I didn't have a reason for it. I didn't know why. I was always a guy, I always looked down on people who committed suicide, just always. I'm like, what a selfish thing to do. Like, cry me a river. Because you see these guys, you're like, you've got your dream job, your wife's a 10 fingers, 10 toes on both your kids, like they're star athletes. Like, there's nothing for you to be upset with. Like, how could you do that? Why would you do that? And they never even know, so you never know. Until it happens to you, it's just so hard to wrap your head around. I just woke up every day. I just didn't want to play the game. I want to hit the big reset button on Nintendo and start over in a different life.
And that was both in service and out of service and during transition.
The medication helped for a little bit. So it was that quiet noise in the back of your head just kind of subsided. It was always there. I'd wake up in the morning like, nope, just override, go to the gym. Override and go to the gym. Go to the range. Do this. Stay active like a shark. Just keep swimming. Every time I stopped, things got bad. Don't stop. Just keep going.
Yeah.
But once everything happened, we came off all those meds. I still had to be on quite a few of them. It wasn't a full med washout. We came off the hard like painkillers, so I could feel all the pain. I was still on Cymbalta, still on Adderall, still on a bunch of these things, blood pressure medications to stop nightmares, all this stuff. It's hard to quantify with how bad it was. Just everything you loved before you didn't have anymore. Didn't have the group. There's no group chat. No one ever can tell you to put it on again. There's no purpose. Mm-hmm. And now I don't have a job. Like, what am I supposed to do now? I never planned on getting out. I never planned on not doing anything less than 30 years. I was just going to do it forever because there's nothing else for me to do. I don't like anything else. I don't have another hobby. I'm not a scratch golfer. I don't want to be an entrepreneur. Like, I don't want to do a podcast. Don't want to write a book. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to do this. And now I can't. Huh. What do I do now? I don't know. Circling the drain over and over. But I mean, now that you're out, smoking a bunch of weed, doing a bunch of stupid shit, started cheating on my wife, started doing all the things that I shouldn't have done, all the things I didn't do in the past, I started doing during that transition. And it ruined everything. Everything I tried to avoid my whole time in, I did as soon as I got out. Right? Like everything that everybody does to get them divorced, they've usually been doing their whole career. I'm the opposite. I didn't do any of it until I got out and I was like, yeah, I have no purpose. Might as well just burn it to the ground. I wanted to be divorced because I didn't know how to reintegrate with my family. I loved her, loved the kids, didn't want to lose what I had, but I didn't know how to integrate because I didn't have any practice. And I never looked at it like attaining a skill set. Like you talk about being a good husband, being a good father, being a good friend. It's a skill set. You need repetition in order to be good at that. Like how do you raise kids? You got to be there. You got to show up. How are you going to be a good husband? You have to be there. Like the pen pal thing doesn't work in reality. You have to live together. And I didn't have any experience doing it. So when I transitioned, like, what's a job I can get right now that is going to get me out of Virginia Beach and away from this? Not because I don't want to be there, but because I don't know how. And in that version of myself in that moment, the easiest thing to do was to separate. Let me get a job that's got me back in Arizona, skydiving as much as I can, working these contracts. Like, let me just stay busy. Yeah, it's safe. Let me get out of here. Worst thing could have happened. Started a spiral. She got to the point where she was going to shit can me. Like, she was over it. All inside of a year, just like everybody else. And that's when I found out about Mexico. Ibogaine, 5-MeO DMT, and all the things. And that was really like her last call for prayer. If you love me, you'll go to Mexico and do psychedelics.
She find it or you?
She found it.
No way.
Mm-hmm. She sent it over to me. It was a friend of mine, Marcus and Amber Capone. Amazing. We were in teams together, and he went out to the West Coast and started preaching the gospel about Ibogaine and 5-MeO, and everybody on the East Coast said the same thing. You know, we're all wearing Carhartts and flannels, dipping Copenhagen, and we're like, typical West Coast. Yep, he left the East Coast, he left the motherland, he went out West, and now he's crazy. No. I'm so glad I went. So glad I went. We sat there and we watched this little infomercial, and we knew their whole story. Like, we knew the ugly truth and everything they had been through, and he was so open, so honest, so transparent. You're like, okay, well, he seems okay. He seems like he's got a really good balance point, and you call him on the phone, and he sounds amazing. He was one of those dudes back in the days when I knew him. His eyes were as black as your shirt. If you wanted to topple a regime with just a single individual, like no rules, no mercy, you just launch him. He was vicious. Like one of those things, like, you ever walk through the SPCA and you see these pit bulls, faces all scarred up? You're not going to stick your hand in that cage and try to pet it. That's what he was. He ain't like that anymore. He can still be that guy, but he has full control over it. And I think that's what everybody wanted. Like, I don't want to lose my edge. I don't want to be a pacifist. I don't want to regret everything I've done, but I can't control this version of me that I've now created.
I just don't want to be at the mercy of it.
Exactly. He found control. I mean, if I go down there and lick this poison dart frog or whatever they're doing, maybe it'll work for me. So that's why we went.
What was that experience like?
My life was unraveling in the moment. Like, everything that could be going wrong in my life was going wrong right then. Like, everything. I was leading multiple affairs. One of the girls was pregnant. Everything that could be going wrong in my life was happening right then at that moment. I went down to Mexico with no intention of coming back. I didn't want to. I have a picture on my phone post-Mexico of me standing on a cliff's edge, looking down about 80 feet, jagged rocks underneath it. I came this close to jumping. That's after Mexico. Because I knew what I was going home to. I was like, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to jump. There's no reason. If I slip and I fall right now, she'll get all my medical, she'll get my life insurance. It'll just be an accident because I am not going home to face this music.